Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video, for watching. The support in the last month or so has just been awesome, so thank you guys. If you've not subscribed yet, please do so. I can do some more informational videos like this if you guys like them, but without further ado, welcome to the home office. Welcome to the base of operations. Today we're going to talk about filming. So we're going to talk about how to make the most efficient setup for filming with a GoPro or any action camera really, but what I use is a GoPro. So we're gonna start with the camera itself. I use a GoPro Hero 8, no surprises there. It's pretty much the standard in outdoor action cameras nowadays. That's just what most people use, and it is usually the best option. So the Model 8 specifically, the reason I like this model is because the power consumption on it is actually lower than a lot of the other models. So the quality is great, the audio is great, everything else about it is fantastic, but it uses a lot less power than some of the other GoPro models out there. So basically what that means is I can get more footage out of a smaller battery. So with the idea of creating the most efficient setup, we're going to go over a couple different things. We're going to talk about the battery, the cable, the card, and the waterproofing. I'll talk about some other things like storage and organization and stuff like that, but we're going to focus on the camera setup itself. So one of the unique things about the GoPro 8 is this side door system. You guys can see that. That connection is a USB-C connection, so that's where if you use an external battery, which is what I do, that's where you get your power from. Now, once I take that side door off, you can see inside the slot here. Hopefully it'll focus, there we go. There's a slot for the battery, the power connector, and the SD card. So, like I said, I use an external battery, and the specific one I use is made by Anker. I will link all the products down in the description, so I'm not affiliated with any of these companies, but hey, if they wanted to work with me, I would not say no. Anker makes accessories for all sorts of stuff. They make accessories for computers and vehicles and all sorts of stuff. So it's high quality stuff usually, and it's well made, which is why I like to use them. So if you see, the power supply or the external battery is not that much different in size than the camera itself, which is what I like about it. It's lightweight, well made, and this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. So you can get about 1 hour per every 1,000 milliamp hours on the battery. That's 1 hour of recording for about every 1,000 milliamp hours of the battery for this GoPro model. So I can get about 10 hours, depending on the conditions. If it's hotter outside and the battery and the camera get hot and are taking more juice, sometimes that'll decrease the battery life a little bit. But I can get 10 hours most days out of this one battery, which is usually good for a tournament day. You know, if you start real early, you're probably still good filming-wise without really having to do anything by the time you get to the end of the day, which is the whole point of this setup. So, got the battery, we've got the camera. The cable, Anker USB-C cable. This is a 6-footer. You can do whatever you want as far as the setup goes. I use a chest mount obviously most of the time, and so I just will braid this cable through the chest mount down to the battery in my pocket usually. In wintertime it's a little easier with wearing jackets and whatnot, but I've had issues with other cables in the past breaking on me because, let's face it, there's just wear and tear from sitting up and down from the seat, bending over to scoop all the giant fish I catch. But there's some wear and tear definitely on the equipment. So investing in specifically, I like these Anker products because they're well made, they're well thought out, and I've had really good experience with them so far. So we've got the battery, the cable. As far as storage goes, you're using micro SD cards on most GoPros nowadays. So I carried 2 different sizes usually in this little case here. So this is just a waterproof SD card case. And normally when I'm busy, I'll have one side that has empty cards and one side that's got cards with footage on them. You know, if I'm between events, if I'm traveling, whatever I'm doing, that just helps me know right off the bat do I have space to just real quickly stick it in and record, basically. As far as recording space goes, your GoPro will tell you when you put that SD card in how much time you have left to record. So I can get about 10 hours out of a 256 gigabyte card on this GoPro 8, and I can get about just over 5 hours on a 128. So those are the two sizes I carry, 256, 128. You could go bigger or smaller, but I typically find myself either doing a full day of fishing or a half day of fishing. So I know for sure that on a tournament day, once again, the whole idea is not having to switch anything out, not having to mess with anything during the tournament day. I know that a 256 gigabyte card has plenty of space for my full day of fishing, basically. So we've got the battery, the camera, the cable, the storage. How do you make it all waterproof? So the camera itself is inherently waterproof, which is nice. But you can see you've got this open connection here on the side with the YOLOtech side door. And basically that was my problem with this setup. Was I had tried a couple of different methods of waterproofing using different chassis and different other variants of this setup. But basically what I've landed on is the YOLOtech side door, and you can go on their website and find accessories for almost any camera model and any setup you need. So I would definitely check it out. I'll link it in the description. But the YOLOtech side door, plug your cable in here, and that powers it. Now what rainproofs it, it's not technically waterproof. You couldn't, I don't think you could go diving with this, and don't take my word for that, but this rainproof putty from YOLOtech is fantastic. Basically what you do, and I'll do it here in the video, is pop one out of the package, roll it out, but just with your fingers. It's just silicone, so it's not tough. Roll it out. I usually roll it out into a little stick like that. Take your camera and push it around the connection, all the way around on all sides. And make sure that it is completely sealed. So what that will do, what that putty does, is it creates a sealed connection on what would otherwise be a problem for waterproofing. So you guys can see that was super quick and easy to do. I've done it on the boat many times before. If I know it's gonna rain early on, I'll usually do it before I get on the boat just to make it easier. But that waterproofs your setup, rainproofs your setup rather. And it has worked wonderfully so far. Very happy with that. So just to really quickly review, the whole point of this camera setup is to press one button and go. Right? It's efficient, it's easy, it's relatively inexpensive as far as waterproofing the setup goes or rainproofing the setup goes, but we'll start from the ground up. The battery, Anker 10,000 milliamp power bank, Anker USB-C cable to the YOLOtech side door with the GoPro, with the SD card case, and the putty. So that should cover all the bases as far as doing the level of videos that I'm doing. Now you can obviously go crazy with big cameras and whatnot, but at the level I'm at right now, and at probably the level most of you guys are hoping to be at just starting out like I am, that setup is fantastic. I've had very little problems since I've changed to the YOLOtech stuff, and I just have loved it. So if you got any questions, let me know down in the comments. DM me on Instagram, let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. I can do some more informational stuff like this as far as my tackle organization. I've got some stuff planned for tournament prep vids, which should be coming out soon. So other than that, thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe and have a great day.